Most arguments end with someone walking away. But in the animal kingdom, some arguments end with a body on the ground. Lions tearing into rival males, chimpanzees hunting members of their own species, black rhinos charging until one of them doesn't get back up. Apparently, a few animals take "let's talk this out" way too seriously. Today, we're diving into 6 animals that fight their own kind and sometimes don't stop until one of them dies. Let's go. Lions, when takeovers turn into massacres. A male lion doesn't fight for respect, he fights for an entire harem. Lions weight up to 250 kilograms, that's 550 pounds of muscle, 10-centimeter, 4-inch canine teeth, claws that retract like switchblades. When 2 males clash, it's not the roaring that kills you, it's the bite to your throat while their claws shred your face apart. But here's the twisted part. Most lion fights, they end with one backing off. But during a pride takeover, the new king doesn't just kick out the old male. Lion often kills cubs in that pride. Why? Because dead cubs mean females go into heat faster, more babies, his babies. Cold? Absolutely. Effective? Terrifyingly so. Reality check? Adult male deaths from fights are relatively rare, but infanticide during takeovers? That's standard procedure. Lions don't kill rivals often, but when they commit, someone's bloodline ends. Elk and Moose, when physics meets fury. You think antlers are just for looks? Tell that to the elk with a punctured lung. Let's get one thing straight. Elk typically weigh around 300 to 400 kilograms at 660 to 880 pounds. Moose, male moose, bulls, typically weigh between 380 and 700 kilograms. That's 840 to 1,540 pounds. That's a whole different weight class, basically an elk that discovered steroids, protein shakes, and pure violence. During the rut, their breeding season, males turn into walking battering rams. Those massive antlers, they lock, they twist, they leverage. What do moose fights look like? Head-on collision over a ton of angry animal, pure momentum. Most fights end when one backs down, but when things go sideways, moose can end up with broken antlers, punctured chests, and shattered ribs. And here's the kicker. Even if a moose wins, those injuries and exhaustion can still take it down before winter. These aren't symbolic duels, they're physics experiments with casualties. Elephants, when testosterone weighs 6 tons. Elephants are gentle giants, right? Wrong. Let me introduce you to musth, a hormonal state where testosterone can spike dozens of times above normal levels, in some cases 60 times more. Imagine the worst road rage you've ever seen. Now, multiply it by 6 tons, over 12,000 pounds. When 2 elephant bulls in musth meet, the ground literally shakes. Their weapons? Massive tusks built for stabbing. Elephant skulls are reinforced with bones so dense they're basically tanks. Elephants' fights aren't quick. They can last hours. Head-to-head rams, tusk strikes to the torso. Multiple tons of muscle shoving forward with terrifying force. A single well-placed tusk strike? Fatal. Even a non-lethal blow from an elephant weighing more than a pickup truck can crush your chest, puncture organs, or break your jaw so badly you starve to death. Size isn't just an advantage here, it's the weapon.
Chimpanzees, the dark side of intelligence. Okay, this is where things get uncomfortable. Chimps only weigh 40 to 70 kilograms, or 88 to 155 pounds. So what makes them one of the deadliest animals on this list? Teamwork. Chimpanzees don't do fair fights. They do coordinated ambushes. Here's how it works. Male chimps patrol their territory borders. If they find a lone rival from another group, they attack. But not like other animals. This isn't a quick fight. They chase, they surround, they beat the victim for minutes, sometimes until he stops moving. Long-term studies show that about 15% of adult male chimp deaths come from lethal attacks by other chimps. In some extreme cases, lethal raids account for an even higher percentage. These aren't accidents. These are planned raids. Chimp victims die from internal trauma, infection, or shock after prolonged beatings. Chimpanzees prove something unsettling. Lethal violence doesn't require fangs or claws, just numbers and intent. Moving on to next animal. Hippos. 3 tons of instant regret. Hippos look like floating potatoes. They are not. A fully grown hippo male can weigh up to 3,000 kilograms or 6,600 pounds, and almost all of it is pure aggression. Those cute jaws? They open almost 180 degrees, revealing tusks up to half a meter long, powered with a bite force of 1,800 psi. That's enough to crush bone like a pretzel. When hippos fight over territory, there's no posturing, no warning bellows. They commit immediately. Wide jaw bites to the head, violent ramming, attempts to flip rivals underwater, sometimes drowning wounded hippos in seconds. And don't let the chubby appearance fool you. In water, hippos are fast and lethal. A single bite can split a skull, tear open a torso, or crush limbs. Field observations show fatal injuries among territorial males are not uncommon. Hippos don't bluff. They finish what they start. Which brings us to the deadliest fighter on this list. Before we reveal the animal with the highest kill rate in same species fights, smash that like button and subscribe, because what's coming next is brutal. Black rhinos. No warnings, no mercy. Black rhinos are famous for one thing: uncompromising aggression.
Black rhinos weigh between 800 and 1,400 kilograms
and carry their weapon directly on their face. 2 thick keratin horns, not for decoration, but for killing. Rhino's fighting style? Terrifyingly simple. Full speed charge, repeated goring, relentless pursuit until one rhino collapses, unless one gets the chance to retreat. These rhino battles leave deep puncture wounds, massive blood loss, and often a corpse. Now here's the stat that should terrify you. Researchers estimate that 40 to 50% of adult black rhino deaths result from fighting other rhinos. Read that again. Half. Not sometimes, not occasionally. Almost half. Black rhinos don't back down. They don't negotiate. And because both sides commit fully, someone doesn't walk away. Final thoughts. So, what do all these animals have in common? When territory, dominance, or reproduction is on the line, they don't negotiate, they escalate, they commit, and sometimes they don't survive. Nature isn't cruel, it's just very, very serious about arguments. If you made it this far, drop a comment. Which animal shocked you the most? And remember, the wild doesn't do second chances. See you in the next one.